Alright, welcome back to Hogwarts Legacy. So last time we had our troll battle, and then we got an owl post from Professor Fig, basically just saying, come meet me. I found more information about that locket we found in Gringotts. So that's what we're gonna do. We also got our own wand, finally. So we are much better at casting. Spells are much more responsive when you have your own wand, rather than just a hand-me-down. Yeah, here's the Gryffindor common room. It feels like it's been a while since we've been in here, although part of that I think is just because it's been a while since I've recorded this series. I'm gonna take an apple. Why not? Have some breakfast. Squeeze through this hole that's really much too narrow. Although I feel like you could maybe get away with standing in that. Hold on. Yeah, maybe. Let me get to the other side and just have a look with Maximilian fully standing. Come on. Yeah, Max could stand in that. He doesn't need to crouch.
Revelio.
I did notice that on my way out the first time, though. Fat Lady Portrait. This portrait guards the Gryffindor common room, requiring a password from any who wish to enter. She and her friend Violet are known to wander among the other portraits, periodically helping themselves to vats of wine therein. I mean, honestly, it doesn't sound like a bad life. Nope, I did not mean to roll. Sorry, I have recently been playing a lot of Elden Ring, so my control scheme in that game was a little bit different than this one.
You idiot! Laurie has served our family for 5 generations, and you go and give her clothes? Now I will have to cook and clean until we can replace her with another elf. Did you think of that? Or do you hate your mother that much?
Charming woman. But yeah, as I was saying, I've been doing a lot of Elden Ring recently, and in that game, the sprint button and dodge button are the same, so I had them bound to shift, which is my roll button. So if you occasionally see me rolling instead of sprinting, that is why. And hey, here's that page that I couldn't get on day one because Professor Weasley forced my hand into the flue flame, practically.
Revelio.
Honeyduke's Passageway. Hidden behind the statue of the One-Eyed Witch is a secret passageway from Hogwarts to the cellar of Honeydukes. It can be accessed using this particular charm, or using a particular charm. Interesting. Right, Professor Fig's classroom.
Accio.
My mini-map is telling me it's up, but I don't really believe it. But I'm gonna follow it anyway, because it probably knows better than me. Ah, we got another one of these.
Levioso.
Not one that we could read, mind. Just more progress towards the completion of our book. Oh yeah, and I forgot to say, I didn't update my video drivers either, so same warning stands as the last couple episodes. If there are any visual bugs, then that is probably why. The game warned me to update those, and I didn't. Still. And it's probably going to remain that way for the next 4 episodes, counting this one, because I'm planning on recording 4 in this batch. Okay, so I guess my minimap was not, in fact, leading me astray, although I'm not looking at it now. I do like to have a proper lay of the land. And as I said, it's been a little while since I've recorded this, so I'm hoping that my memory isn't already rusty. And Professor Fig's classroom was beyond a bathroom here. Yeah, through this door. And he's in his office, okay. Oh, I guess he's not in. We have to wait. Sorry, Professor, I hope you don't mind the fact that I just had a nap on your floor.
Professor, I'm glad to see you.
And I you. Thank Merlin you're in one piece. I heard about the attack. Trolls in Hogsmeade?
Sir, the trolls were wearing armor. It had that dark glow like the dragon collar.
Goblin silver! Ranrock used it to control the dragon. But how? And why send trolls too?
They were there because of me. I overheard Ranrock talking with Victor Rookwood.
Ranrock was in Hogsmeade with Rookwood.
The trolls were Ranrock's distraction so that Rookwood could get to me, and he would have had Sirona and the patrons at the Three Broomsticks not intervened.
This is grave news indeed. If Ranrock's goblins and dark wizards are after you, they want what we found in that vault.
What was that statue behind you, Professor? Never mind, I'm getting distracted.
Speaking of the vault, do you think that Ranrock is working with any of the goblins at Gringotts?
I do not. Gringotts goblins aren't typically the friendliest of beings, but they have a great deal of integrity. No, I dare say after what happened to that poor banker, the goblins at Gringotts are no followers of Ranrock.
Yeah, I was thinking about that banker. He was telling Ranrock to basically leave us alone, and then Ranrock threw him to death. Yeah, I guess they want the locket.
They're after the locket. You said you discovered something in it.
Yes. I discovered an inscription. When I read it aloud, this map appeared. Clever enchantment. It's a map of Hogwarts, to be sure, but I do not know where it leads.
It leads to the library. A restricted section, to be precise, and a bit beyond. I see traces of magic there on the map.
I suspected you would see something.
Shall we go?
I appreciate your enthusiasm, and I'm eager to discover what we may find there as well. But if our experience at Gringotts, let alone what happened to Miriam, taught me anything, it's that the path we're on is terribly dangerous. I'd like you to work with Professor Hecat a bit, before we continue.
But sir, how dangerous could the library be? Perhaps we're only after a book.
Perhaps we are only after a book, but we should be prepared for anything. Once you've honed your defensive magic further, come and see me. I'll let Professor Hecat know to expect you.
Fair enough. Right. So we have to report to the professor now, and her classroom's in the same wing. Although I'm not entirely sure I remember how to get there. Did I see a glimmer of a page?
Revelio.
No, I didn't. I also get the sense that somebody has a side quest for me down there. I suppose I could check that first. I hope that Professor Hecat doesn't mind me waiting. Or was it above? Ah, the arrow's pointing up. I don't know why I thought it was pointing down.
Oi, can you help me?
Sure.
Hello? Were you calling me?
I was, yes. Thought you might be interested in joining me for a bit of an adventure. Following a treasure map, to be precise. Slight respite from battling the odd troll, I should think. Asked Poppy if she'd be interested as well, but couldn't drag her away from her puff skein. I found 2 maps lying about, both leading to locations around Hogwarts. Care to have a look at one?
Yeah, sure. That sounds like it could be interesting.
Following a Hogwarts treasure map. Count me in.
Wonderful. Hogwarts fascinates me. You can keep whatever treasure lies at the end of your map. I'll be satisfied just knowing where it leads.
Huh, fair enough.
Where do you suggest I search first?
Based on a cursory review of your map, I'd suggest somewhere near Hecat's classroom.
I guess right now all roads lead to Hecat.
Very well. I shall take a look if I can find the time.
Fair enough. Meet me back here if you find anything.
Funny how he says, if I could find the time. We're gonna make time. Right, so there's a skeleton of what looks like a rhinoceros, and I guess you go past that, and there's a staircase to the left. And in the courtyard, there's a statue of what looks kind of like a dragon. Go through a door behind it. And there's something to Accio up there on top of a portrait. Interesting. This is Ronan's classroom. I think I know where the rhinoceros skeleton is, if I'm not terribly mistaken. Ah, no, oops, that was a wrong turn. I meant to go down one more flight of stairs. Isn't it down here? Yep, there it is. Okay. So let's go in front of it. Just have a look from the map's perspective. Right.
Ah, a rhinoceros skeleton.
Yeah.
I'm on the right track.
So there's a staircase to the left, and somebody else has a side quest, which I will worry about in a moment. In a moment. Okay. And then I believe this might be the courtyard in question, because yes, there's the dragon. And then behind the dragon...
There's the fountain. I'm getting closer.
...is another side quest. In a moment. Go through this door, I believe. And there should be a portrait...
This stairwell looks promising.
...that we have to Accio. Aha!
This looks like the portrait from the map.
Woo.
And where's the treasure? There was a doorway hidden within the portrait.
Fascinating.
I wonder what came of Arthur's search.
Authentic historian's robe. Let's take a look at that, why don't we? Right. Whoops. That was the wrong button. Here. Yep. I'm getting reacquainted with the controls of this game. Apologies. It's really not my style, but interesting find nonetheless. So yeah, I guess we just have to go back and tell him what we found. I'm getting distracted. Oh no.
Lumos.
Okay, there's a sphinx.
Revelio.
Oops. Again, wrong button. Is it maybe going to be through here? Definitely not. All right, let's stop being distracted. Let's focus on the next distraction. I believe somebody had something for us to do in the courtyard, so I will talk to them first. That's not the courtyard. Here we go.
The Daedalian keys are back. Aren't they brilliant?
The Uji What's-It keys?
Hello, Nelly. You seem excited about something.
The Daedalian keys are back.
The what keys?
The Daedalian keys. Surely you've seen them flying about. Rumour is that a former headmistress, Professor Mole, conjured them to protect the contents of certain locked cabinets years ago. Professor Black couldn't be bothered to disenchant the keys, and they appear every few years. You should try to catch one.
Why would I do that?
Each key will lead you to a locked
Why would you
cabinet
do
somewhere
that?
in the castle. If you can manage to get the key into the cabinet lock, not an easy task, you may find a reward.
Funny how he asks, why would I do that? I assume there's something interesting in those cabinets, and that is reason enough. Out of curiosity...
Why would Professor Mole conjure flying keys?
What I heard is that it had something to do with keeping Peeves out of things. But that may or may not be true. He's a poltergeist. I thought they could go almost anywhere.
Yeah, couldn't he just, like, float through the cabinets? Although then again, if he did go into one of those cabinets and found something in there, how would he get it out? Would the item that he's found go ethereal as he's holding it, or would he not be able to get its corporeal form through the door? I guess I'm starting to see sense in that. Okay. Out of curiosity, why don't you follow them?
Surely you will be trying to complete the challenge as well.
I've tried, and I can't even get past the first cabinets. Perhaps you'll have better luck. I'd love to know what's in the cabinets.
Ah, so it's a skill issue then. I understand. Yeah, I'll look into it.
Perhaps I'll give it a go.
I hope you do. In fact, I think I heard one of the keys in the astronomy tower. You should listen for them.
I hope you follow a
Right.
few keys at least. If you manage to open a cabinet, I'd love to know what you find, if anything.
Astronomy tower, okay.
Slytherin's a luck.
And so that is above this area. And I know that somebody else had a distraction here that they needed help with.
A new student were to help me with my sad predicament.
Yeah, that's a very obvious cry for help.
Are you alright?
Don't you know who I am? Zenobia Noak, the girl whom everyone at school hates for no reason.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, but why?
Everyone hates you. Why?
Because Hogwarts is full of bullies and spoilsports. Leander Pruitt's one of the worst, that no-talent moon mind. I wanted to make some new friends, and so I brought my collection down to the common room. My gobstone collection, that is. I was hoping someone would want to play. Are you familiar with gobstones? Little balls, like marbles. Grand game. And if you lose, they spray you with a foul-smelling liquid.
Not gonna lie, that does sound pretty awful. I'm not exactly partial to being stunk up, so to speak.
I haven't much interest in a game that sprays you with odors.
Only if you lose, which I never do. Or at least, not often. People can be so cruel. Just because they're sprayed all over with smelly gobstone spit, it's their own fault for losing. Imelda is one of the worst losers. Everett and Astoria are terrible as well. And now those poor losers have taken my gobstones and hidden them in very high places all over the school.
Yeah, I mean, I said I'm not a huge fan of getting stunk up, but that does seem like a bit of an overreaction. Just let people have fun. If they don't want to be smelly, then either they don't play or they get better.
Rather an overreaction on their part.
I'll say. Anyway, I can't work out how to get them back on my own. I don't think I know the necessary spells yet. I need someone, perhaps a selfless and talented 5th year to help me.
Fair enough. I think I could get them with Accio, but just out of curiosity.
Do you have any suggestions on how to get your gobstones down from their hiding spots?
If I knew that, I'd get them myself. Whoever hid my gobstones that high got up there somehow.
I forgot to unmute my mic because I am really dumb like that. And so you don't have any friends, do you? Nobody wants to play with you? Everybody is disgusted by this game?
Haven't you any friends at school?
Not really. Natty said hello once, but not a word since.
That's unfortunate. I can't make any promises. He says, yes, I'm going to get distracted by this, and yes, I am going to get them.
I'll see what I can do.
I'd appreciate the help. If you do find all of my gobstones, do come and see me again. I'll be back to playing Snake Pit and Jackstone by myself in no time.
Fair enough. So we have to look in high places, and does my field guide have any idea where those might be? Yeah, it does. Is there going to be one up in the astronomy tower, perhaps? I don't think so. Although it looks like there's one in this courtyard, so I might as well dip down there real quick and just take a look.
I'd better keep an eye on high places around the school for Zenobia's gobstones. Revelio.
Ah, I saw it shine. Okay.
Accio. Well, that's one of Zenobia's gobstones. I hardly see what all the fuss is about.
There we go. All right, and then... yeah, I need to return to Arthur, too. Oh, gosh. All of the distractions. And he was up by the astronomy tower, so he's on the way. Might as well. All right. One more flight. Oh,
Accio.
there we go. There's Peeves being, well, Peeves.
What have you learned?
Hello, Arthur. Thought you might like to know that my map led to a doorway hidden within a portrait.
Oh, how clever! Mine led to the boathouse. Barely found the treasure before I saw the headmaster coming. He shooed me out of there, but not before I got a few galleons richer. What did you find?
I found what I believe is an authentic historian's uniform.
Oh, that's lucky. Seems as though we both had success. Glad I enlisted you to join me. Well, on to the next Hogwarts mystery. Wonder if a quick rummage round Weasley's office might yield anything interesting.
Be careful if you do that, okay? Don't get in trouble. Right, and what's in here? Ooh, some galleons. Nice.
Revelio.
Okay, nothing else around here. Was that a Revelio glint, or was that... No, it was just a magical puff of smoke or something. Alright, so let's check up here for that Daedalian key, she called it. Looks like we have another one of these here. Come on, there we go. Ooh, new rewards available. Let's see what we have. The Hogwarts Regalia hat. Righty, let's check up here. Apologies for all the cuts and strangely timed mutes. I have people being really, really loud nearby, so I have to keep, you know, drowning that out with mutes and cuts.
Revelio.
And that is quite the spectacle. This tapestry... I'm already having a stroke, my god. This tapestry depicts the wizard Barnabas the Barmy's foolish attempt to train trolls for the ballet. One can only imagine the impact on the arts had he succeeded. Looks like he clearly didn't, though, because that one keeps bonking him, and that one as well. Fair enough. Sorry, I didn't mean to bump you. Right, so this is the astronomy classroom right here. Any pages? No, but there's a cabinet. I wonder if that's where the key is going to take me. This letter looks private. I shouldn't snoop. It's funny how I say I shouldn't snoop, but it seems like Maximilian pockets the letter.
A Daedalian key. I wonder where it might lead me.
That is definitely a flying key. Fascinating.
You can't imagine how inconvenient travel is.
There's the cabinet. How do I get this key in there?
Do I just hit it when it flies over the lock? Let's try it. Come on. A little bit too late.
Yes.
Got it.
An old coin. Perhaps Nellie knows what it means.
That seemed a lot bigger than just a coin. Seemed more like an emblem to me, but I think I'm just being pedantic. Also, that wall is awfully blank. Wonder if there's a secret there that we will find later. He says, fully knowing what that's about. Again, just a little bit of a role play. Maximilian's train of thought. He's thinking, huh, that wall is awfully blank. I wonder what's there. And Nellie was in the courtyard. That's right. Come on. It's one too many flights, I think. Is that not the courtyard? I think that's a bridge, actually. Yeah, that is. Okay. I think I could have gotten there if I went... Yeah, if I went down another flight. I end up doubting my own intuition, though. Again, not really looking at the map. It's there in case I need it, but I try not to use it.
Were you able to follow one of the Daedalian keys?
Yes.
Hello, Nellie. I managed to get a Daedalian key into its lock.
Brilliant! What did you find in the cabinet?
A curious token of some sort.
Looks like a Gryffindor house token. I bet it unlocks our house chest. I call them house chests. I've seen the one in our common room and heard there are also in the other common rooms. Keep an eye out. I do hope you continue on. For so much effort, the prize must be something grand.
Fair
I should
enough.
see this through and find the Gryffindor house chest.
Yeah, definitely want to get that to find out what's in there. Yes, let's take a look at what we have. So, to view the restricted section, we do need to study more with Professor Hecat, as Professor Fig said, and she will teach us Incendio by the looks of it. Sounds pretty nice, setting things on fire. And finding gobstones. I mean, that kind of take us in a roundabout way around the school. Honestly, I don't mind the detour, though, so I think that's what we're going to do next time, because I'm going to end this episode here. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.